welcome to another episode of the Women of Ouija.
No Ouija. And I'm Karen Dahlman.
Well, today we've got a really interesting topic. We are going to talk about communicating with other species. And we're going to start it off by showing you a couple of cool things that I got down in Mexico. My husband and I went down to Mexico City. We also went to Puebla, which is a colonial city, a couple of hours outside of Mexico City. And look at this cool skull. Now, this is a skull from Oaxaca, which is a special mud that they make these skulls out of. And I got two black ones. They have different patterns. And then when we went to Puebla, look at this cool red one.
Oh, that one's lovely. Very attractive.
Yeah,
very striking.
Red. And then I've got this one is really special. This one was a little more expensive. And look at the butterfly.
Beautiful pattern work.
On it. Beautiful patterns.
Oh, is that a butterfly on top?
Yeah, the butterfly on top.
Gorgeous.
So,
yes, nice.
I've been using actually this guy here for my distance healing. I've had some clients who wanted distance healing. One lived on the East Coast. One guy's in Seattle. And so when I set my altar and I'll do the clearing and all that, and I will use the skull as that person, and I will send the Reiki to them, which has been really cool. And I love using that like a proxy. Sometimes I'll use people's pictures, but I was thinking, which these skulls made me think about that skull. What's that traveling crystal skull that goes around? What's his name?
There's actually several of them, and I met Max, one of the crystal skulls that's out of Houston, the caretakers of it. Here's my little crystal skull. It's very little. It's very cute and little. Got this in San Diego not too long ago, about a couple of years ago. But yeah, we were talking about communicating with, with these objects, these tangible objects she's talking about. And Marla brought up the point that she does her healing using these objects as by proxy. Do you want to explain that to them a little bit more, what you mean by that?
Yeah, well, Reiki, you can either do it in person or you can do it distance healing. And there's some symbols that you can use and everything. And sometimes you could even use a teddy bear. You could, but I like using a picture of the person, or I like using something to put my focus onto. And so when I got this skull, this is what I like to use my focus to, and it will go to the person because there's no time and space with energy. Energy is all over, and we can do distance healings, and I'll do it with. I have a really great healing pendulum. I'll send the Reiki. I can clear with my selenite wand and clear and cut cords and do everything just like I'm here in person. So it's pretty exciting, and so I thought I just think these are so magical, and I thought I want to use this. It's like a little person there,
They are very magical. My little crystal skull, I will pull it out, and I have this board behind me. If you can see it, there's actually some crevices in the wood, and I've sat the skull in there just to amplify the energy, because we know that crystalline structures is like it emits and receives energy. You've got crystals and crystal radios. I mean, it's a type of receiver and energizer. So here's one of the big crystal I use. Got this one down in Brazil when I went to see John of God recently in Abajania. Yeah. And this one definitely has so much energy to it. So Marla's telling you how she can use the crystals or use the items and objects to help people with their energy. And one of the things that I do when I communicate with species of animals is I will ask somebody to send me a picture of their animal if I want to do the reading without the board. Now, Marla and I use our boards for most of our readings, though we work outside of the board now as well. So people send me a picture, I will read it that way. The board, though, you can talk to all kinds of species. And so, I don't know, we were also wondering about the idea of even tapping into the crystals.
Yes.
And maybe with your board and trying to communicate or find out what these crystals have to say. They're record keepers. They must have something to tell. I've never done that, but I'm willing to try.
Yeah, let's do it, and then we'll do another video next month about it.
And if you've done it, make sure you tell us below, because we want to know. But I do want to say, talking about communicating with different species, one thing I've learned over the years is that you can communicate with any type of sentient being. Any sentient being that has a consciousness and awareness. And I've spoken even to praying mantises. I know this might sound strange, But I've talked to trees. I've been doing a lot of trees lately. I have a beautiful plumeria at my house, and I have some gorgeous palm trees. So I talk to them, and they have messages to give. And what's really cool about the tree messages is that because they say we stand in one place, our roots go deep, and our roots don't tell the story of just us, this tree. It tells a story of our whole species of trees, because they're always attached to the earth, because the earth holds memory. The earth is like a crystal. It records everything. And so they have great deep memory that goes even deeper than their roots. I thought that was really fantastic when they told me that. That was new to me.
And
have you had
underground,
experience
the roots are connected. All the the trees that are near each other, their roots are all connected.
Well, it's a network. It's like the World Wide Web, and there's a network of exactly. And so when we always hear the proverbial statement about acorn inside of a seed, that's the pure, full, mature oak tree in there. It's true, because not only is it in that seed, but it's connected into the earth where the rest of their beings have been. Yes. And so they're connected through the ground. That becomes kind of their channel, their vessel to connect to all the other trees and species. They have a lot to say. So I suggest too that try talking to other types of species such as trees and animals.
That sounds fantastic. And I will say that if we don't even think about what's going on underneath our feet most of the time. There's a whole world under there. The crystals, we're walking on a crystal. There's all these crystals. There's little animals. There's tree roots. There's energy. There's force. There's life force under there. So there's a whole world underneath our feet to contemplate about. It's just fascinating.
Well, and think about this. Mother Earth supports every single one of us that's above the earth, supports us literally for our feet to walk on, supports every single structure. So truthfully, ashes, ashes, dust to dust, we are of the earth too. So you think about it, it's quite magical, and there's such a symbiotic relationship with Gaia and with ourselves, as with the other species.
Yeah, and so often we don't even get to touch the earth, whether we're in our leather or plastic shoes, or we're on cement or whatever, bricks, or in our car. We don't really get to connect that often. So I think it's important to try to go out and step on grass or dirt, try to connect that way.
I agree, because it grounds you. It's such a wonderful way to just kind of renew your energy and spirit by grounding yourself.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this topic, and please let us know who or what you've been connecting with. Take care.
That's right.